Hey guys, it's Putty for the Rustafied official servers here with a quick look at the new crafting system that is making its way into Rust this week. Just a quick overview, the new system seemingly is a hybrid between the previous blueprint system and the current component system, but it also relies on new in-game workbenches. This means you'll no longer be able to craft certain items even if you have all the components and resources. The only way that you can craft these higher tier items is if you acquire the blueprint for them. And you also have the correct tier workbench to craft them if that's required. First off, here's a list of items that can be crafted without having to learn a blueprint. You can craft essentially any basic early game items and a few medium tier items like repair benches, research benches, sheet metal doors, and code locks. So now you might be asking yourself, how do I find blueprints for higher tier items that I want to craft? Well, to do this, you have to find the item that you're looking to craft in a barrel, box, or maybe another nefarious way. Then take it back to your base and research it on the research bench. Place the item and the specific amount of scrap that is called for and push the begin research button. You'll have to wait 10 seconds before you can receive your blueprint. Pull the blueprint into your inventory, click on it, and click the research option. You can now freely craft this item as much as you like, as long as you have the components for it and the proper workbench if that's required. Players can also research the item again and sell it if they wish to, as the blueprint item works like any other item in the game and can be put in vending machines. Oh, and it's important to note, once a blueprint is learned, it is tied to that server. That means if you learn a blueprint on one server and then join another server, the person's blueprints will not carry over. Now that you've learned the blueprint that you want, it's time to craft it. This is where you may need a workbench. There are 3 tiers of workbenches. Each tier allows you to build progressively higher sought after items. But you can only build the higher tier workbenches if you have the previous workbench that came before it. To check to see if the item you want to craft requires a workbench, select it in the crafting menu. If the workbench is required, you can see this in the item's info panel. Once you have the workbench that is required to craft the item that you want to craft, press the interaction key on it and you will pull up the crafting menu. Select the item from the list and you will begin to craft it. Just make sure when you're crafting that you stay within the range of the workbench or the item will cancel. Oh, and if you're crafting an item that requires a lower tier workbench on a higher tier workbench, the amount of time required to craft that item will significantly decrease. This has been a quick look at the new crafting system within Rust. I'd like to give a reminder that this system is subject to balancing and changes in the upcoming weeks. That's it for now. I'm Putty and thanks for watching. If you want to know more about this update or any other update, subscribe to the channel or head over to rustafied.com, and don't forget to check us out on the Rustafied official servers.